It's the Nick Curtis Show. I just had to say that because he's always so damn fast. I'll be going through Greenbush in about like an hour. Good morning, all. Nick Curtis, good morning to you, and good morning to everybody. Welcome to Dirty Thursday. Of course, along with Stephen Lewis and Dale, the producer, we're going to be talking with a couple of dudes from Greenbush Race Park, LLC. Race car drivers Dylan Langevin and Hunter Bugge. A couple of names I remember from way back, and I mean, so far back, they don't even know who they are. It's going to be a great show. By the way, brought to you by the Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show. It's the Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th at the Alaris Center in Grand Forks. Admission is just $10. Kids 12 and under are free with a paying adult, and veterans are absolutely free. There's going to be a raffle with $90,000 worth of prizes, including a Polaris 1000 North Star Ultimate Crew Cab Ranger, a Harley-Davidson Street Glide, and Polaris Sportsman 570, with the net proceeds benefiting the Veterans Honor Flight of North Dakota, Minnesota. Get your tickets by calling Scott at 406-899-5247 or Timothy at 701-739-1605 or go to rrvmnd.org. The Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, Saturday and Sunday, May 3rd and 4th at the Alaris Center in Grand Forks. It's all coming back to me now. Kaylee says, hi, Hunter from Dylan. Hi, Hunter and Dylan from Camber. And I didn't even think about this, and I did know it. Kenna Rommel, of course, B-Mod driver, National Rookie of the Year, happens to have going out with this dude right here. So there you go. Let's take a good look at him. How about that? Anyway, before we get going, if you have any questions or comments, and now I can turn their mics up, feel free to call or text. Our number here at the studio, 701. What the hell's my problem today? 701-213-0863, 701-213-0863. And let's get it out of the way right away. Jokes my neighbor tells me. Let's see. What do you call a vegan with diarrhea? What do you call a vegan with diarrhea?
Salad shooter.
Yes, you got it.
Yes.
Salad shooter. How about that?
Finally.
right.
Finally I got one.
Let's see if we get this one. I might have used this one once before. What's the difference between praying in church and praying at the racetrack? The difference between praying in church and praying at the racetrack. At the track, you really mean it. Yeah, I might go to hell for that one.
One for two. I got one.
Not bad. What do we got here? I want to mention this quick like here. The Piano Says It Better reimagined, happening at the Empire Arts Center on April 4th. You can find out more information. Just get on to their website. But that's going to be a great show. And again, that's at the Empire Arts Center. I want to talk to Dale, the producer, quick here, Dale, for just a second. You did the Devil's Lake Racing Banquet, the track banquet last week. How was that?
Yeah, it was a blast. I put on screen the photos. Nolan Olmsted made some fantastic hardware for the track champions.
Pretty talented dude.
Yeah. They can't really make it out from this picture, but he's got the drivers' vehicle, their rides right in the background, and the neon lights, the full works. Some real nice hardware that drivers took home. Just a big shout out to the track champions and awards. Most improved went to Kylan Vargason. Sportsman of the Year went to Tim Berg. Pure Stocks, Joe Armstrong. He gave a real emotional speech. Street Stocks, Trey Hess. Midwest Mod, Ryan Urich. And Late Mod, Dustin Strand. Big shout out to the Devils Lake Speedway track champions for 2024.
All right, and thank you. And I want to give a thanks here too quick to Savannah Strand when we did the Salute to Women a couple of weeks ago, and it was on my birthday. My wife thinks it was for her, but she gifted us a bottle of methanol moonshine. Wayne Onger, of course, out in Australia, brought that on and got us kind of hooked on it. Thank you very much, Wade. But I want to say thanks to Savannah. Pounders for lunch. Eric, I got to drive to the cities as soon as I'm done with this show, so maybe pounder. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Camber says, Steven, kids are on spring break. All right.
I better mind my P's and Q's then.
There you
Otherwise
go.
I'm going to get beat up opening night.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that. And I see you're sporting the brand new toque.
Three-time.
Yeah, that three-time.
State champions.
And, we talked about this before we went on the air. I'm a hockey guy, of course, and you're a hockey guy. Boy, I tell you what, they did not want the East Grand Forks Green Wave to win that state tournament, whether it was the referees, the announcers, or whoever. It was just like, well, they're here, but they got no business being here is kind of the vibe they were kind of giving off to me anyway. But Palmo and that whole coaching staff, they did a great job. And, for the land of nothing but rocks and cows beyond Minneapolis, St. Paul, well, we've got a town called East Grand Forks, and we've got a town called Moorheads. There's rocks and cows in hockey, damn it.
Tidal Valley 25. We'll throw Central in there, too.
Absolutely.
All up and down the valley. Really neat
and
to
Red
see.
River, playing Red River for the state title.
For sure. All four. And just that couldn't have been any better. Shutout, comeback, and then whatever you want to call that.
Yeah,
the title game. So at least it went our
Whatever
way.
you want to call that, we will call that state champions.
Yes.
There we go. All right, so nice job. Well, we've talked about hockey. We've talked about everything but racing. I suppose we better do that. Huh?
Okay.
We're going to start on my left. Drives the 21B Lightning Sprint. Hunter Bugge is in the studio. Got to give him a round of applause. How you doing, man?
Good, you?
Good. What do you want to talk about? No. I want to know about you. No, I don't want to know anything about racing right now. I just want to know about you, what you do, where you're from, how many dogs and cats you got, girlfriend, all that stuff. But I want to hear a little bit about Hunter Bugge.
So I play hockey for Thief River. I shoot trap and skeet for Thief River. And like hunting and fishing and stuff like that.
How long have you been playing hockey your whole life?
My whole life, yeah.
Okay, because I played hockey in Thief River. What's it like with the new coach? I mean, I don't want you to throw anybody under the bus, but Timmy Bergman was a very good friend of mine. We graduated together, but I know they got a new coaching staff over there. I did call the last game of the year between Eastside and Thief River. I thought you guys finally showed up in the third period there, but how do you like doing that, and how's everything with their program?
It's changed a lot since he came, but it's working and it's showing off, like on the ice and off the ice.
And what grade are you in then?
I'm a 10th grader.
Okay, he's in here. I'm asking these guys. I didn't even think about it. You guys want a beer? No, I'm good. It's like, oh, geez, John, get your gun.
When hospitality meets,
yeah,
darn.
contributing to the delinquency of a minor, but I could say he was a hockey player. It's a little different. Now you're a boogie, and you didn't even know about some of the boogie names I knew of when I grew up there. They had there was a gas station there, and that was Boogie ran and owned. You're not even sure which ones they were, who they were, or whatever. But how did you get involved with running a sprint car, a Lightning Sprint?
This man right here.
Blame it on him, the instigator, and we'll get to him too. Now, last year was your first year. Did you race anything before that?
Nope, not a single thing.
So it was kind of like throw you to the wolves right away.
It was exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was. Was there a little peeing the pants or anything at any time that first year?
No, it was actually pretty fun.
Okay. And how many races did you get last year?
I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I know you made 22 features.
Do we race 20 races last year?
Wow. Well, according to what I've got here, and this was from my race pass, it said 22 features, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, 10 top 10s.
Yeah.
I suppose it was close to that.
Yeah. All right. And playing hockey again for the next 2 years. What do you want to do after you graduate? Have you even thought that far ahead yet?
I have not.
That's all right. I don't think you should have to. I know people, they graduate and they don't know what the hell they want to do yet. Well, I think I'll travel for a year and maybe go to school, but whatever. Leave them alone. I want to go across from me now. And, of course, Dylan Langevin has been on the show before. How you doing, man?
I've never been on your show yet.
Haven't you been on my show?
No.
Where did I talk to you then?
Racetrack every Friday. I think.
No, I could have swore you were on the show. You would know.
You know what? I was at the home economy show.
That's what it was. I knew we had talked to you on air somewhere.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you're right.
Okay. I was like, not in here, but yeah, okay, that makes sense now.
Show.
So yeah.
And as these guys all know, the 80s was hard on me, so my memory is it's just not very good. How did you get involved with racing?
I've kind of been around racing for a long time, in between dirt bikes and snowmobiles and everything, and jumping through the air with the family just kind of you couldn't do it as much, and we decided to go to cars, and here we are.
Okay, I've had 47 broken bones and way too many surgeries from snowmobiles and motorcycles. Did you ever get hurt doing that stuff?
Yeah. I feel it every day.
Yeah, exactly. And do you dabble in that at all anymore, or do you still race? I know you still are involved with motocross and stuff, but
I haven't been on a bike since 2018.
Yeah, okay.
I still run Greenbush motocross.
Okay. And that's like me. I haven't been on a snowmobile in years. I don't know how to drive them. It's full throttle, full brake. That's all I know.
Yeah.
You know, there was no such thing as groomed trails back in the day.
That always impresses me, the people that make the transition from bikes into racing cars or whatever.
Yeah.
We've seen how good Adam Sobolik has done with it and all that.
Absolutely.
And Mike Johnson did it back in the day. But I can't imagine that is there anything that translates over from that? I can't imagine that there is.
I think the only thing that would is being able to slow your mind down and see what's happening in between. You know, you got to be such fast reaction, whether it's a car, bike, snowmobile. I mean, I think that would be the only thing that would transfer over.
Okay. And you just one day decided, hell, I'm going to try this lightning sprint thing, or did somebody approach you and said, hey, you know, I happen to have one for sale, or how did that work? Because, you know, they dangle a little bone in front of you, and it's like, okay.
It's like in 14-15, I was living in Fargo. Marcus Rothenberger actually had an extra one, and I went out to Devil's Lake with him and ran one. And I was like, oh, this is pretty fun. And it was not a top-of-the-line car by any means.
Yeah.
We just kind of threw one together. And I kind of got there, and then when I was like, well, you know what? A lot of my friends, Alex and Alan and all them, and it's close to home. And I said, you know what? It's a pretty affordable, fast class. And I said, I'm going to go get a car. And we went and got a car.
Wow.
You're not going to let him pressure you into a 305 then, too, are you?
Do you think you'll stick with the Lightning for a while, or do you have any inkling in your mind at all to maybe move up
Into like a 410?
to a bigger car, whatever?
No. I mean, our Lightning Sprint group is such a family-oriented thing.
And it's great racing.
It's kind of hard to get away from. And, I mean, for what our speed that we have and the price of our class, you can't really get anything closer.
I was going to write something down and talk at the same time, and now I can't remember what. You know, also, it's much easier with the Lightning Sprint as far as all of the other things involved: the trailer, the towing, the hauling, the working on things, the money. I mean, it's nice. You could basically, if you really had to, you could throw that Lightning Sprint on a snowmobile trailer, pull the wing off, and you could tow that thing wherever you want, like they used to do with sprint cars back in the old days.
Right.
Back
well,
then.
we talked to Kelsey last week how much more difficult it's going to be going to the late model, moving out of the Lightning Sprint and all the changes that entails. And it's not just your race car and your program or whatever. It's how you get there and the week in between and all the maintenance and all that stuff. So, but yeah, when it comes to the Lightning Sprints, it's definitely a lot easier for folks to get around and an easier type of car to set up and be competitive in.
Sure. Now, Dylan, family life, married, kids, any of that fun stuff?
I'm married and I have 2 girls.
Hey, how about that? you haven't been married that long, have you?
No, October of this last year.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Better give him one more round of applause for that.
Had a lot of that going around last October, right?
You want to give a shout out to your better half?
Yeah, she's the one that keeps everything in line, whether it's racing, the kids, the activities, everything else. So
Nice. That's awesome because behind almost every good race car driver, there's a good race car driver wife,
Correct.
girlfriend, woman,
Right.
lady, whatever you want to call them. All right. We're going to go Dylan here first. 19 features last year, your first year, rookie year. 19 features, 0 wins, 9 top 5s, 14 top 10s, NLSA Rookie of the Year. There's a lot of applause today.
Yes.
How many rookies were there last year? 3, 4?
3 or 4.
Okay, because I was going to give you a hard time if you were the only one. But it still looks cool. But do you ever think going into it that you could win something like Rookie of the Year?
No, I did not.
Was it a surprise to you, or did you kind of have her figured out here towards the end of the season?
I kind of figured out towards the end of the season
The points and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
He beat me in points, so.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, how much did you miss any, though?
Oh, yeah. I missed quite a bit this year.
Okay, and from the wreck?
No, from mechanical.
That's right.
We just had a goofy year of, I started on fire in Ada.
I was
lost
about
just
to say
parts-
it was
just parts, just stuff that doesn't failed.
And now...
shootout kind of hurt you.
Yeah.
Oh,
quite a
sure,
bit, so,
sure.
yeah.
And now, if I got this right, both Hunter and Dylan, you guys are running the same equipment this year, is that right?
Yep.
And so do you guys kind of help each other out as you go? Do you travel together or anything like that? Or
Yeah, everything goes in the same trailer.
Oh,
and-
that's nice.
Yeah, and we ride together to the tracks and
Okay. He'd be my designated driver after a win for sure. The way home.
There was even one night the 4-wing made it on the 21 car, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Okay, remember that.
Yeah, so
Remember that. Brother-in-laws as well. That's right. Brother-in-laws. That's right. Okay, man. There we go. More applause.
Just
Let's just keep it going.
just feeling like a Southern revival or something here. We're just clapping away here.
Let me hear you, everybody. All right. Wow, related and everything. Dylan, 19 features. Okay, yeah, less races. 0 wins, 9 top 5s, 14 top 10s. Your season in a nutshell last year. I mean, toilet bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, just stuff that doesn't happen. Like we had part failures of a brand new coil. We had a muffler bolt break, fell off. We had a radiator mount break, laid on the header, started on fire. I mean, just little things that.
And these are things like a muffler bolt. What would that cost? About $1.50?
If that.
Yeah, radiator mount.
That just broke off the frame, just cracked.
I mean, these are things that don't normally happen.
No,
But we all know how much luck is involved with racing, too.
a lot.
Man, I tell you what, you got to have the stars and the moon and all of that crap line up for you, right? So where all do you race? How many tracks did you hit last year?
Grand Forks, West Fargo, Ada, Greenbush, and Glendon.
Okay. Did he miss any?
I don't think
Oh,
you.
Devil's Lake.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh,
go
sure, sure.
That was
Okay.
the one I was trying to remember because I
Yeah,
know
was it-
you were in one of the Bierke cars
For Grand Forks
for the rest of that
And in
deal.
that car too, we
kinda.
had problems both days.
Right. Yeah. So
You ever think about a different sport?
Knitting.
Knitting. Hey, those don't run with the knitting needle in your hand, though. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't run. And now this is going to be a biased question because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the answer. I'm thinking. You got a favorite track to run?
Grand Forks.
Oh, okay. Not what I thought you'd say. How about you?
I like Greenbush.
Okay. Now, what is the difference between Greenbush and Grand Forks? Because a lot of the Lightning Sprint guys, because before they hardly ever got to come up here. Now they're running, I think you said 7, 8, 9 times, I think, up here this year. And these guys, and it was the same with the A-Mods that never hardly came up here. They love this track. They love the way it suits, I guess, the Lightning Sprints. But what is the big difference for you as a rookie between Greenbush and Grand Forks?
I just liked how I ran the track and I could get around traffic a little bit better in different spots and different times at places.
I think it's a lot more forgiving.
Sure.
Greenbush is, and I love Greenbush too. I mean, they're neck and neck, but Grand Forks, you got to be up on the wheel.
Yeah.
You got to make sure.
Yeah,
Well, that
it happens
banking makes
fast.
a big difference.
Right.
Yeah.
And we all know, I mean, you guys are running lap times like Joey mentioned last week. You're running lap times comparable with late models in especially when they're qualifying.
right.
but it's all about momentum. And that momentum is a little bit better with those high banks, I think. But you let off on the throttle. If you got to slam on the brakes, how long does it take you to get back up to speed?
I bet you a lap or so.
It does. Yep. Okay.
Well,
to get up to top speed, you know.
Sure.
I mean, to get back. I mean, we don't have that instant throttle like a 410.
Right. Now, you're running motorcycle engines?
Yep.
So do you have to go through all the gears, or how does that work?
We gear for second gear.
Okay.
So we race in second.
So that's it. But is it like a 5-speed, or is it the
6-speed transmission?
Okay, but you only go to second gear and that's it.
Yep.
Never have to go up higher than that.
No.
Wow, I never knew that.
So how does it go when I should have asked her this or whatever? But so when Kelsey last year, she had that spin and back down the track, and she said something about didn't grab the clutch quick enough or whatever, and it kind of messed some stuff up coming backwards down the track.
Starter.
So yeah,
Because your chain is direct drive.
Oh, right.
You know, so it's kind of
I always forget
you know,
their
like
chain.
They can, like a big sprint, they stop where ours will still roll.
right.
So it bounces the gear backwards and then breaks the starter.
Oh, okay.
Breaks the starter gear off.
Yeah, I always forget they're chain driven for whatever reason.
You sound like you know from experience. Has that happened to you?
No, that has
It
not
hasn't?
happened to me.
Okay. How many mistakes did you make last year where guys like Dylan had to say, I told you about that? Or did that not happen? To make this easier, how many times did you learn the hard way your rookie year?
A lot. Too many.
Give us a couple of examples.
Well, when I first rolled, that was
Oh, I didn't know about the roll.
yeah.
I was in
All
Grand
right.
Forks.
Sa- Saturday of the fair.
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, should have kept driving and got a little sketched out and hit the brake and ended up turning around and ended up on top. Just little things that I could have did better to make stuff go better.
Now, you talk to Dylan about, and we hear this all the time, Steven, about the racing family. When a rookie comes in, do you guys embrace the kid? Do you help him any way you can? If it's like, well, for me, it would be, I will help you as much as I can until you beat me. But and I'm still going to help, but maybe not quite as much. But is it like that for when you got a rookie coming in, and especially now you guys being brother-in-laws, but he's got somebody to lean on if he needs, and it's kind of like that way with your whole group of guys, or?
Yeah, no, it's like that, the whole group of guys. We got a couple new guys coming in this year too, and they call, like this winter, they've been calling and asking questions. I've seen Xander's watching. He's trying to get his motor going. But yeah, I mean, we pretty much try to help anyone we can, parts, setup, what's going on. Try to help. I mean, I don't want to wreck anything. And if a car's not handling right, a rookie, and they make a mistake, it could
Take you out.
Correct.
Okay. You got anything?
Well, there were a couple of times there. So, like the Saturday that he rolled at the fair, and then one other time it ended up being one of the Bjerkies rolled towards the end of the year or whatever. And you were either in the race or staged in the infield. And, like, both times it was always one of the things I'd run over and make sure you were, like, signaling to someone who was like, was it Hunter or whatever? So I'd run over and let you know.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not just outside the car. You're kind of thinking about it in the car a little bit, too.
Yeah, I mean, we want car count at every track we go to. And if we lose a car, say one night they're wrecked or they need help or this or that, then just brings down our car count. So anything we can do to help, we try to help everyone.
So so it must be his sister's your wife.
Yep.
And is she a race lady? I mean,
yeah.
she doesn't have a problem with it because now not only does she have to worry about her husband, but she's got to worry about her brother, or it's just no big deal for her.
Oh, she freaks out about Hunter on the track. Me, not so much, but she's an anxiety attack.
I think she's kind of figured out that you must be kind of indestructible because we will show that wreck here later. But after seeing that and then him getting into it, I'm just wondering, and she still freaks out more about him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I suppose. Little
Little
bro.
brother.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we take a break? And then we can start talking about Greenbush?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, we're going to take a little break. Stay tuned. Dirty Thursday is coming back after this. April 19th, the Valvoline Tire One Toughest Monster Truck Tour Championship presented by Baymont by Wyndham Grand Forks will return to the Alaris Center with the nation's toughest monster trucks, including a brand new truck never seen before in North Dakota. Want to make it even more exciting? Grab a pit pass and come early. Walk on the dirt. Get up close to these massive machines, meet the drivers, and snap some awesome selfies. Tickets are available at the Trans System box office or online at aleracenter.com. Pit passes are available for free at Valvoline Tire 1 in Grand Forks and $15 wherever tickets are sold. Don't miss the Monster Truck Fun April 19th at the Alara Center. And when you stop in to Valvoline Instant Oil Change, tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you for $10 off an oil change. It's the Valvoline Tire 1 Toughest Monster Trucks, April 19th at the Alara Center in Grand Forks. All right, after a long winter, does your yard look more like a dog pasture than a nice yard? Well, contact Jam's Poop and Scoop to take care of your yard. Jam's usually charges $150 to $200 for the first visit, depending on the size of your yard. But now through the end of March, pay only $100 per yard for the first visit, then only $20 per week per dog. That's a great deal. Jam's Poop and Scoop offers discounts for veterans, disabled, and first responders, too. And make sure to ask about 1 week of free service. Get your yard looking like a yard again. Stick with the best. Support local. Call Jam's Poop and Scoop at 218-779-0686. I should be calling them. I have, like I said, a dog pasture. Stephen Lewis, along with Dale, the producer, on Dirty Thursday. Dylan Langevin and Hunter Bugge, a couple of lightning sprint car drivers on the show today. And this show was not only geared about you two guys, but also Greenbush Race Park LLC. Last year, there was a lot of who knows what's going on. The year before, it's like, God, they might be done for good. Well, then they got kind of a late start, and I know there's been some changes here and there, but Greenbush Race Park LLC is back this year with a regular schedule. We've got the schedule already.
Might want to throw some applause for that.
Yeah, let's...
Keep it rolling.
Yeah, a lot of people were hoping for this and wanted to hear this. And we're going to talk to Dylan because he knows a lot about this Greenbush racetrack. But Tommy Corcoran, good morning. Amanda Joe. Katrina is the race wife and mom to like everyone. She takes care of Sean for me. That's nice. Dylan, Greenbush is back. New ownership, new whatever. But let's just start from the ownership group first off. Who's running the show now? And this is exciting because we got a full schedule out in front of us. But let's talk about some of the changes. First up, who's got the track now?
Ronnie Novacek.
Okay, now I've heard a lot about Ronnie. I don't know if I've ever met him, but how did he get involved? Because does he run a Midwest mod or something?
He has a Midwest mod and a modified.
Oh, and a modified.
Yep.
So he runs them both. And is he a regular on the track?
Yep.
Okay. Now, how did he get involved with owning a racetrack?
He always tells me someone talked him into something, he can't say no, and all of a sudden he owned a racetrack.
Yeah. Now,
that's kind of how it happens. Sometimes it's a car, sometimes it's a track.
Absolutely.
You never know.
Absolutely. And the thing is, so many people love Greenbush. I mean, they love going up there. They love the track. They love the area. Now, different things. First off, who's going to be doing track prep? Because you don't have the same track prep guy anymore, or do you?
Nope.
Okay, and have you got that all figured out?
Yeah, in between Ronnie, his hired hand, I think, and then when I can, I'll go up and help him, and then I'm sure there'll be some stragglers that come in and help also.
Now, I know you also got a concession truck.
Yep, we got a concession trailer, so we'll have full-on owned concessions at Greenbush again.
Okay, and you've got a parts trailer?
Yep, fully stocked parts trailer from anything you can think of, it's in there. We have tires, we have fuel, everything on hand to keep the racers going every night.
That is such an advantage to
that's
have
so
because
huge.
when John retired, that left such a void for so many folks around here. So, and I'm sure you guys have felt that up there maybe more than anyone else. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, it's
that
tough.
part of things.
It's tough to get a traveler when they're traveling 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And they don't have enough parts, and they get into a wreck in a heat race, and
Well, I mean,
now you
some-
got no parts to fix for the run of the feature.
Yeah, something stupid like a header bolt could fall off
Yeah.
during hot laps, and you could be screwed unless you find some from somebody else. But that is such a big deal because, well, let's face it, there's nothing more north than here than unless you get up to Canada.
Right.
And
Literally.
race up there. So the track, will it stay the same? No goofing around with the track because it's over all these years, it's a pretty nice racing
Yeah,
surface
no,
there.
Surface, everything, that's all staying the same. We're talking about a couple other changes with the track, maybe starting a half hour earlier, try and get the fans involved more with the racing.
Oh, sure.
We moved Victory Lane from in the infield to the front of the stands.
Oh, okay.
So fans are more interacted with the drivers
Yeah.
and be able to take pictures and keep the show flowing better.
You know, that's one thing that people don't realize. You know, they're trying to abolish the daylight saving time thing. It's could really have a bad effect for smaller towns because, like my son, he runs Fargo Youth Baseball and Softball. Well, not every town has got lights for their kids to play baseball, soccer, volleyball, men's fishing league, whatever there is. It's going to get dark earlier. So that's what they're going to have to do with, say, like kids baseball, for example. They're going to start at what, 4 o'clock? You know, so they can beat the light or beat the dark. But then mom and dad might not get to go because it's so early. But kind of the same thing with racing. Nobody wants it to get dark, you know, before they even start the features. But Max, I know we got some tracks up here. I tried to mention them. What do we got? Red River. What are the tracks up in Canada again? We got
Victory Lane in Winnipeg.
Yep.
Dead Horse Creek.
Dead Horse Speedway.
In Morden, and then a couple others. You got Emo in Ontario.
Yep, okay.
Lake of the Woods in Kenora.
Oh, that's right.
And probably missing one in there. Estevan in Saskatchewan, of course, but it might be missing one. But that's kind of the ones that stand out to me.
Yeah,
right now,
I'm really looking forward to kicking off the race season because of all my Canadian friends. I want to pick their brain about all the news that's been going on about these stupid tariffs and all of that kind of stuff. Well, they're not really stupid, but I want to get back to Greenbush here, Dylan. You've got a great schedule already out. You have 2 test and tune days, which are always kind of a crapshoot. You never know if you're going to have a test and tune, and they are so big. There were years where we didn't. You know, there was a long time where you never even started the season on the opening date because we always had snow or rain or bad weather or whatever. But
and that's something new for you guys. You usually jump right into the season, so it's nice for you guys up there to get a couple looks at the track before you're in race mode.
And I mean, for drivers too, and for us learning what to do on the track, you know, new track prep, we'll be able to test a couple things and see how they work. Obviously, dirt's going to be different than what it's going to be in July.
Sure.
Test and tunes literally help everyone. Like
They do.
I haven't shot a race since Fergus in October, so I like to have a test and tune even selfishly for me
same with
to
me.
get back into camera mode.
Yep.
So,
Same with me at River Cities to make sure everything works. Even if I go up there and just say 20 words, that's good. At least I know going into this first race of the
check
season.
check 1 2.
That
Yeah,
we're good to go. Kim, is that crazy lady cop still up there? I've had run-ins with that crazy lady cop up there on my way to Lake of the Woods. No, she's gone. Thank you, Tyler. I heard rumors too that she was gone. Now, when you go to Greenbush, it's friendly. I mean, you can camp there. The pits, I love the pits over there. They're still texting in over there. It's just a fun place to be. You know, I used to go back there way back in the day, and I was working on, Brian Wild's A-Mod. And we were running with the likes of Elliot Baker. Ferris would come down. He was running an A-Mod then. And gosh, it was so much fun. I loved going up there.
Davey Riopel, all those guys. Yep.
Sylvia is retired, Kim, but her replacement is a pile.
Interesting.
I'm looking forward to dusting the camera off and get the sprint car back together. Max. I don't know who that is.
He's from up north. I'm getting to know him too, to be honest. So yeah.
When we look at the track schedule, you got your test and tunes, but you guys used to have the memorial races, and I know it wasn't for a while there, but let's talk about these. The Elliot Baker Memorial on July 12th. Elliot was a very, very good friend of mine from way back in the day, and he absolutely deserved to have a memorial race for him. We got the Don Bufflin Memorial, the Rick Johnson Memorial. You've got the Labor Day shootouts, and what on this schedule really tickles your fancy? What are you really looking forward to?
Having the Olsen Memorial back for the Lightning Sprints.
Okay. How many cars usually show up for that one?
Depends on, we probably have 23 cars in the area.
Okay.
Just depends on who's free around, but usually it's one of our better showing. It's a pretty high paying race. So.
So what has the off season been like to try to, because now you're on this group to get the Greenbush Race Park going again and going like it used to be, but is there a lot more involved with this than you ever imagined?
Oh, yeah.
And so how's your winter been? I know you've been on the phone a lot and talking with people, but compared to your regular winter, not having to deal with this kind of stuff, are you starting to feel kind of what a promoter goes through, or a track owner, or even management? You know?
No, they have a tough job that a lot of people don't see. I mean, talking to all the other tracks to see what race they're having and what special they're having, make sure we don't overlap two specials of the same class, and just making sure everything works for every driver can hit every big race if they wanted to.
How important is it for racetracks not to step on other racetracks' toes? Because I know they all try their best.
It's big. I mean, if we had a big memorial on a Friday or something for a special race, and Grand Forks had a big memorial, well, that doesn't.
Right.
It hurts both.
Yeah, it doesn't do anybody any good. No. I was going to ask Hunter, are you feeling left out yet?
No.
Okay.
I looked over once and he was like, I'm fine with this.
Yeah, okay. What are you most looking forward to for I'm going to call it the reopening of Greenbush Race Park LLC. What are you looking most forward to?
No, just getting back to the way it was and racing every Saturday up there. I mean, it's close to home for us. It's what does it take us to get there? 35 minutes from the house?
Yeah.
That's not bad from Thief.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's nice to be home, and it's what we do in the summer is race. So.
Right. Amanda Joe says, I'm beyond excited for NOSA to be coming back to Greenbush for the first time in years. Gosh, I can remember years ago, I was up there. Brendan Wild was running, and I've said this story many times. Coming to the checker flag, and him and Bobby Martin touched at the checkers, and Brendan launched over the fence.
You were there for that.
Yeah, he launched.
Yeah.
We were in the little grandstands there off to the side because we were wrenching. He flew right over us.
Oh, he yard
And,
sailed that car.
we
That
watched
was
him
the
go
end
right
of that
over our
car.
head, and boom, 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 boom. And it was funny because the words, Bobby and Brendan and Johnny were all down there. John Egland, and it was so funny. But that was one of the worst wrecks I have seen, and except for maybe one we're going to be seeing here coming up.
I think that was one of the first times I saw someone have to finish their season with a totally different car. That destroyed that car to the point he had to finish the season with an old Enticer chassis and a duct tape number on the wing. It was just that one was nasty for sure.
Tyler Miller says, Elliott was a wild man. Should have seen him in a derby car. Dylan Langevin needs to put a bend in that hat. Tyler Miller.
He's rocking the Earl Baltus like
go.
Eldora. The flatter it is, the better promoter you are, I think. So
I was fortunate enough to run a derby with against Elliott. Back in the day, the Pennington County Fair Demo Derby was like winning Indy if you won that thing. I mean, there's 90 cars, it was really, really a fun time. Let's take a look at some pictures here. First off, we'll just see. I know we've got a couple of things here, but we can, you guys, I don't know who they're for. I haven't seen any of the pictures, but go ahead and talk if they're about you or whatever you want.
One of all three here for you.
Okay.
digging pretty good through the corner there, I would say.
That's a sharp-looking car, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Which track is that at?
That's here.
That's Grand Forks.
Grand Forks.
Okay.
Yep.
Turn one.
How'd you come up with the number 21?
The way I bought the car.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, it
you
was-
guys got it from like Missouri or something, right?
Colorado.
Okay.
And it was number 21 or what?
Yeah,
21B.
Oh,
so
okay.
we weren't going to do anything to it. We were just going to leave it the way it was. And after we thought about it for a while, we're like,
2 weeks before the season
yeah,
started.
about 2 weeks, we're like, oh, let's go get a wrap for it. So
Okay. Do you know whose car that was? Do you have any idea?
BJ Sowers.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. That makes
That is a sharp-looking car. There we go, Dylan. Now, can you go back one more to that first picture? Okay, now you can go back. The front, the design on the front there, are very similar to each other with different colors, but where'd that come from? It looks cool.
Alex Trushinsky.
Oh, okay.
He does all of our design work. This year, when we do our reveal, it's going to be pretty sweet for both of our cars.
So, okay, but where's the reveal going to be, at the first race?
I don't know. One of our friends want to kind of shoot a little video thing.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Because
But
I know I had been approached about trying to get a driver showcase going this year, but it was way too late to figure this thing out, and hopefully we can do it again next year. But I didn't even actually think about it, and because usually they call me up to help out and get guys, but I didn't even think about it until somebody mentioned it to me. Corey Litton, which one of you two gets their names mispronounced the most? Dylan Langevin or Hunter Bugge? That is a great question.
I would say probably mine.
yeah.
Okay, what are some of the ways you've heard your name butchered? Langevin, I
Most
suppose.
of it.
Yeah. And what about you, Booger?
Yeah, that one right there.
Bugge.
Buggy.
Oh yeah, Buggy. I bet.
I thought it was bougie for a while, so I was just
Bougie.
like, I can make jokes off of that if we want to. So I struggle with Dylan's too because you grow up with Lauren Langerud.
right.
So I'm just like, well, you're Langevin, right? No.
And
Okay.
see, I grew up with Langevins and I grew up with Boogies, so I knew how to
So
pronounce
you were used
both.
to it
but
already,
yeah,
yeah.
but that's funny. That is funny. Great question, by the way, Corey.
And here's Ronnie's A-Mod.
Okay.
So something to piggyback off talking about Ronnie a little bit. Sometimes he will have drivers step in and run for him. I think he had Joe Thomas run for him a time
Oh,
or
sure,
two or
okay.
whatever. So
I still have a Joe Thomas side panel in my garage. I've been trying to figure out where I could put it in here.
and the Novacek Honey Farm has been on race cars even before Ronnie himself was running. So he's been a part of this for quite a while now. So
I like this. Corey Litton, because of course he's an announcer. I ask because both make my head explode. I used to be the one with who used to make my head explode. Is it Bolio? Is it Josh Bolio?
Oh yeah, in the A-Mod, yeah.
Out of
Yep.
Bemidji?
Yep.
It's because it's spelled like bleh. You know? Terry would always be texting me, Terry Blacklance, it's Bolio. But it's not even. The way it's spelled, he should be from Stephen or something, because those people there, they even know how to pronounce their
But
names.
if he was from the other side of the border, it'd be a totally different pronunciation, So like,
Well, where I'm from, it's funny because, especially where I hunt, it's all French Canadians and Métis, and I'm a French Canadian, half German. But I know guys, their grandfather goes by one name, Gagne, and the grandson all of a sudden is Gagner. Okay, who decided to change the way the name is pronounced?
well, we had the same one last year. So the one I remember as a kid or whatever, Norm and Pat would go down to Houston's or whatever, and he actually came up and won the 305 finale last year. Was Dusty Ballinger.
Oh yeah,
And they would make the joke. It was just like, why isn't it Dusty Belanger?
yeah Belanger
Because it's it's
Yep.
the exact same,
Right,
just
right.
where you're from kind of thing.
Yep.
So, yep.
What else we got up there, Dale, the producer?
I got a video here. I think we have a video here that Dylan supplied us with. I think we have a little audio for it too, if you want to put up the
Okay.
audio. So
All right.
here we go.
Is there sound?
I thought there was.
A little bit.
That's almost like Romling in our opener.
Yeah. Yeah, right. We should have played the theme music.
And I was going to ask you, did it hurt? But I don't think it hurt you at that time, did it?
No, I didn't know who I was, where I was.
When did you realize you were in a bad wreck?
Almost 24 hours later when I woke up in the hospital.
Isn't that something? 24 hours. And how long did that put you out for?
2 weeks.
That's it. What about the car? Dylan was ready in 2 weeks. What about a car? Or did you had a backup?
Nope. I actually drove one of Jason Olson's cars, Weston's dad.
Okay.
Drove that one for a while, and he's been a big part of my program since I've started. And watching Weston go from lightning sprint now to having success in the 410 is pretty cool.
Right. Jason Berg says, I recall that wreck well. How'd the wife take that, or the girlfriend at the time?
She wasn't there.
Okay.
She was at
that's like
she was at the Outlaws in Grand Forks.
Oh,
how
yeah.
ironic is that?
Wow.
It's kind of like when Dustin Strand wrecked so bad. Was that up in Ada?
That was Ada, yep.
And I don't think Savannah was there. And
Nope.
But is it worse for them? Did she find out? I mean, there's so many people blabbing on social media nowadays. Did somebody let her know while she was here that, hey, your old man was just in a pretty gnarly wreck?
No, she was wondering why I wasn't responding. She realized she was with a bunch of friends and realized that I wasn't responding. All of a sudden it was midnight, 1 o'clock, and I wasn't responding. And then she said she started panicking pretty bad, and then she finally found out.
And you were in the hospital in Fargo?
Yeah.
So did she end up coming to see you, or was she already back in Thief when she found out?
She was back in Thief, so I ended up coming home the next day.
Okay, wow. How was that homecoming when you walked in the door?
She's good.
Did you play it? Did you play it like for all it was worth? Like, I'm really hurt. You gotta leave me be. For a while.
No, she understands. And
Hey, you need to take out the trash for a couple of days.
Yeah, sorry,
I
honey.
can't.
no, the biggest thing is she knows every time we strap that helmet on, there's a chance of
Sure.
being hurt. And I mean, that's something I've told to him. And you know, the safety gear that we have nowadays. I mean, if you don't have it, that's what makes people walk away from these wrecks.
And the thing is the ladies, like we said when we did the show the other day or the other week, they know what they're getting themselves into most of the time. Most of the time, the guys are racing before they meet, their better half, I'm going to say. But, I mean, like you got no worries. Your girlfriend races.
Right.
So do you compare notes at all? I mean, I know they're two totally different cars.
Yeah, a little bit.
Smack talk.
I was just going to say there's got to be some smack talk in there.
Yep.
All right. If you could put her in a lightning sprint, do you think she'd take you on in like maybe one of these test and tunes?
Probably.
Yeah, I bet you she probably would too.
She'd probably beat me too.
She's pretty good in a go-kart.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Have you ever raced against her in anything?
No.
Okay.
Not even a Northern Air.
No.
Oh, I think we got to make that happen at some point.
I think we have a mission that we have to. I don't care if it's
you two and Camber. I think just see who comes out on top on that one.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I would. Because if I did get beat, I mean, I'm not holding anything against anybody, but it's. I just wouldn't want to be beat by my girlfriend. Hold my beer, according to Kim. I get more nervous now that my brother races than my husband, and that's what they were saying earlier. What do you tell him? I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
If he could make it through hitting that wall like that, and not walk away from it, but now was that car destroyed? Toast.
17 spots. It was broke.
17 spots, man. That is almost identical to Roebling in our opener here, coming out of turn 4 at River Cities.
Well, the one that reminds me of, and we've never released it yet or whatever, we might in the future, but Mike found a bunch of old video, and Wade Nygaard won a feature in Fargo one night in 95, and the guy come off the bottom, it was either clip the tractor tire or go around to miss it. Well, he went around to miss it, but he went up into Wade, and Wade, it looked like a train wreck. The car exploded. So they made the call that even though he didn't cross the line first, he won. So once he got himself all back together or whatever, he came up and did victory lane without the car because the car was
gone,
probably broken in 17 places like yours.
All right, now we're getting all the dirt here. We're getting all the dirt about Hunter and his girlfriend. In all seriousness, when we race at the same tracks, they're all business, no funny business. What, you're not going to catch them making out behind the trailer or what? She also says, Hunter's a great kid. These two have been so wrapped up in sports lately. We haven't seen him much. I love when he comes over. He helps me hauling groceries, helps work on the car, even does my dishes.
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. But
Don't let mom see
they like that. They like that stuff, though.
I'm going to start calling him Mary Maids or something here if he keeps this up.
Getting all domesticated and stuff. Man, I tell you what. But you know what? I get a hard time because I still open the car door for my wife. I have now for 30 years. Some people kind of give me crap about it, but most people don't. Heather Nolan usually wins, but I beat him at Thunder Road once. Scott Duvall, Nolan, myself, and Justin Vogel went go-karting in Houston once. We were so rough, spitting each other out. I can't believe we didn't get caught up. The last two NOSA banquets, I haven't been able to get into a cart, and I wanted to so bad. The last time I was on a go-kart, which I will be doing again in May, was on a cruise ship. 19th floor of a cruise ship, they got a go-kart track. And
I keep seeing the commercial with Eric Stone Street from Modern Family.
Oh, Modern Family, yeah.
And he's running a go-kart on a ship, and I was like, how does that work?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Do you feel the ship at all while you're racing? Like, that was my first thought.
No, well, because this cruise is actually, it's almost like in a ginormous river because we're up in Alaska. And so there's no waves. There's nothing like that. In fact, the last time the boat, he stopped and did 3 real slow 360s because there's so many whales around. We're checking out the whales. But I really got yelled at on that track because kid wouldn't get out of my way. So I moved him. I rubbed him.
You sound like Adrian Speaker. It doesn't matter what the age of the kid, 7, 8, 9, all you're getting out of the way one way or the other.
I warned him like 5 or 6 times to get out of the way.
Yep.
Corey Litton, I saw the Nygaard wreck live. You could feel the heat off of that thing after he got airborne. Hunter doesn't do the dishes at home.
Yeah, we might have got him in a little bit of a bind now.
We didn't get him in a bind. Kaylee did. So blame it on her.
Yeah, yep.
You know what, though? There's nothing wrong with that. I do the dishes in my house. So my wife cooks, I do the dishes. Okay, so a lot of new things at Greenbush. I wanted to ask you, how's the new announcer doing up there?
Good.
Good. He, you know, it was funny because I used to talk to him at the gas station on my way to work every morning, and he had reached out to me one time about he was going to be the announcer, and I'm like, gosh, I know that guy, but I'm not really sure until I met up with him face to face. I was like, oh, it's you.
I didn't get to hear him very much, but what I heard, I liked for sure, for being someone new or whatever. And those, you know it yourself. You're filling shoes. You know, like Keith's been there forever. You know, after why is his name escaping me now? Bob.
Yeah.
Bob was there forever too.
Yeah.
So there's only been a couple of voices of that place. So I think he's literally like the third voice of Greenbush.
You know, I can remember when I first started trackside at River Cities because it was it Norm before that?
Yes. Yep.
And all of a sudden, here comes John Roberts. I got the checkered Vans on or Crocs, and I got cargo shorts, and I'm fist banging with people down there, and the people first looked at me. They're like, what the hell is that? You know?
I still thought you were going to be late to the track because I thought you were doing the old show live.
Oh,
I didn't realize it was taped. That was so long ago. You know,
People would look at me and go,
"You record that? What, you're here already? How are you on the radio and here at the same time?"
I remember walking into Bill Mooney's trailer, his hauler, and he looks at me and he's got the music going in there, and he's looking at me and he goes, you must really drive fast. Now I got a long commercial break going, but yeah, and then you know once you work your way in, and I pretty much judge on how I do by what the people tell me, and that's one thing about race fans. They mostly tell you like they really feel, because believe me, being an announcer, you're pretty much the whip and post of the racetrack, no matter what. You might not have anything to do with a damn thing, but you're still. People want to air their laundry with you. Like, I got something to do with it, and I'll fix it. But so normally it turns out pretty good, and I love the fans. I mean, I love the fans. And by the way, we're still looking for another half of my broadcasting crew out there, my announcing crew. I did talk to a guy right now who's probably top of the list, so we're going to keep playing that on. But PM me, do whatever you need to do if you're interested in doing something like that. Are you ready to go for this year? Or do you got a lot left to do in your car?
Oh, we got a little bit left to do. I still got to get my screen, my harness, and just a bunch of little stuff.
But I mean, mechanically, the car is ready to go. All of that stuff. Okay, and how about you?
Yep.
Ready to go.
We're pretty much ready.
Okay, so now what do you do with your off time? Are you guys ice fishermen? I know you don't snowmobile anymore, do you? No. Do you do anything besides think about racing?
Not really.
Okay, and how about you?
Just getting on the ice a little bit in my free time.
Oh, that's right. Keep forgetting he's a high school kid.
I guess I coach my kid in hockey and coach their.
I was about to say you get a little bit of hocky yourself in. So.
And now dance starts for my youngest daughter, so we're in Duluth last
weekend.
weekend.
That's almost as expensive as being a hockey parent, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. These people that say don't have your kids play hockey, it costs too much money.
I was going to say too, Dylan. During the off season, we were talking a little bit before the show. You were flagging at the Extreme International Ice Racing at Thief River Falls.
Man of all trades.
Yeah, I got conned into running the infield for that that Extreme Ice Racing that came to Thief River in our area.
Okay.
Yeah. No, well, I was going to follow up, but just kind of for both of you, biggest lessons learned when it comes like behind the scenes for the logistic wise, helping out with Greenbush, getting that ready to go for the season. What's been like your biggest eye opener for a lesson learned? And conversely for Hunter, what's been your biggest lesson learned from your rookie season on the driver's side?
I think the biggest thing I've learned is there's so many more things that you don't think of to run a track and get it. You know, like Ronnie, I don't know how he does it and juggles everything he does, but I think it's going to be a good thing. He's a good guy. He's puts 100% into everything that he does. So hopefully it's good, and I'm just there to help him when he needs it.
What does he do?
He custom farms for some people, and then he hauls bees.
Oh, okay.
So he leaves
Texas?
California.
Okay, California.
So he usually leaves like the first part of April and's gone the whole month, but it sounds like he might be leaving sooner because the bee population must be good, and they're going to haul more than what they normally haul.
All right. I wanted to ask Hunter this. When's the last time you skated in the old arena? Not the Huck, the old arena.
Not that long ago, actually. I was in there for, we had like practice or whatever one day in there.
Do they still have the old barrel up in the corner that's got the cheesecloth that was supposed to be a half moon back in the day? Because that used to be a roller rink, you know. And that's how long ago I skated in it. Back when we skated in it, it was natural ice. They didn't have a Zamboni. So it was perfect for like squirts and peewee practice. So you'd have a shutout or a shootout at the end of practice, and whoever won, you know, scored, got to go and go to the locker room, but the losers had to shovel. And so you went around in a circle with all the guys right next to each other, like you see, you know, in breaks at the Ralph and stuff. And then you had the one guy or the two guys with the big scoop shovels, the grain shovels, shoveling it out the back door. And then the Zamboni was actually a square tank that you actually pushed by hand that resurfaced the ice. But you ever skated on a rink like that?
I have not.
It's crazy you say that because I actually work at the old arena in the winter and run Zamboni there. And
Oh, yeah?
it's funny you say that because every time we come in there, there's another team that comes and, oh, I played here way back then and it used to be this and it hasn't changed much. And
Jeez. In fact, my last year, I was a Bantam my freshman year. I was a Bantam B, and we would still have occasionally a practice in there, but I'd be able to go and just throw my duffel bag behind the counter in the front lobby there, and my duffel bag would be fine. And as soon as school was done, it was all there. You just go get dressed and go. Nick Curtis, I know I'm dating myself. I just turned 60 last week, remember? Boy.
That's the same way it is now. I mean, the kids, they get off the bus and there's probably 20 bags that sit in the lobby all the time.
Yeah.
The same kids that are at open hockey every single day.
Yep, and that's good that the open hockey back then. I mean, we were at Northrop Rink. Well, Northrop, you might not even know what Northrop is anymore. That used to be a school. Okay.
They still got the rink there.
Okay, we would go to Northrop, and the cops would come, you know, because they'd already closed up the warming house, and they'd leave, they'd shut the lights off, so then we'd turn the lights back on because it's just a switch on the pole. And the cops would finally come and say, hey, it's time for you guys to go home, shut the lights off, and get out of here. But all we were doing was playing hockey. So how many times is NOSA up in Greenbush this summer? One time?
Just the one time, August 16th.
Okay, and
So-
that should be a great show.
I-
That should be a great show.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. That's the one I'm looking forward to the most
Okay.
because our series now is 32 seasons old, and Greenbush is the only one that is still active that we went out of town to the first season.
Really?
We went to Hamilton and Warren,
Yep.
and obviously
They're
neither
gone.
one of those two. So going back to Greenbush is literally like a homecoming.
Okay, yeah.
And lots of good, always used to. I think Greenbush is the first one I went out of town to as a kid back in '92. So, and the track was only a year old at that point. Built in '91, of course, and so Greenbush has a great history with NOSA, and just excited to get back up there. And then the Labor Day shootouts; those are NLRA shows on the August 30th and 31st. So that's going to be a huge end of the season up there.
Are you going to go to that NOSA show up there, or try to if you can?
I 100% I will be
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Do you go with somebody else, or do you drive by yourself, or what?
I'll probably go on my own.
Okay,
Just
well-
'cause I just like that drive up there. No matter which way I go up, whether it's 32 or
Sure.
or 75 or whatever
Yeah.
the back way.
Yeah, let me know, because maybe
Yeah,
I'll,
if you want to hop in, for sure.
I
but-
might do that. It's
Yep,
been a
yep.
while since I've been up there again. Anything we are forgetting? We're pushing an hour now. I know I got to get in the car and drive to the Twin Cities, but anything we're forgetting? Anything you guys want to add? Okay, how about this? Have you got your sponsors figured out for this year?
I only got one right now, but I'm still talking to all my other ones.
Okay. You want to throw any names out there? You want to throw any businesses out there? Now's your chance. And even if they're on the fence, now's your chance.
B&B Auto Recycling, Ashton's Mowing Service and Snow Removal, the 517 Diner, Evans Scrap and Steel,
Oh.
and I think I got a few more, but
Okay. And Dylan over there is looking on his phone. So most people here, they bring a list or look at their phone. How about you?
Yeah, we got all of my sponsors pretty much been on board for a long time, and a couple new ones this year. USA Realty, Lux TRF, Sarah Jane, Studio 10, obviously Alex Jasinski, Rusty Nail.
Oh boy, my old hometown. That was my old home.
Oh dear.
My second home back in the day.
Nail.
Anderson Farms, B&B Auto, Novak Honey Farms, Rokings Truckings, Las Hornitas, The Hive. There's a couple other smaller ones. You got General Equipment out of Fargo. Hinkle Performance out of Indiana. That's my motor guy.
Okay.
I don't know. Am I missing any?
Probably, but
Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few.
Rusty Nail. Man, that's when I was a whiskey drinker.
The Rusty Nail.
Yeah, you'd walk in there, and I was a McMaster's Canadian blend whiskey drinker, Mac Coke. That's what I drank. And I walk in there, and all you'd have to do is, as soon as they see me, we'd get them in quart jars. So we'd get our drinks in a quart jar. Quart? Yep, let's go. Boy, a lot of fun times back
Boy,
at the
that
Rusty
car
Nail.
is filling up here because I just remembered I was like, Mom and Megan are interested in going because of our history with Greenbush.
Yeah.
Bringing Curtis with me, I'll probably put him to work if I bring him with, and then you'll
I'm
be
gonna
there.
put you to work more Saturdays than you think.
And then, yeah, we might be renting a van to go up for
Okay.
that thing. So anyway, but
All right.
No, one of the biggest things, I think the last time I was with NOSA in Greenbush was Jordan Adams' first win.
Oh, wow.
4
Sure.
times I was helping him, and then we were on a rain delay forever. Pits were a disaster.
we didn't start till 9.
Oh, I don't even know if it was. Yeah, it was. I think the feature was at 11-something o'clock. And
Wow.
yeah, we,
The first B-Mod heat went up there, I remember, because like John Halverson and all of them were in it, and they went in the first corner, and they all skated across turn 1 and all went off the track. And I
boy.
was like, are we even going to continue
Yeah.
to try and make this happen? Because this doesn't look good, right?
Wow.
But so many NOSA guys have gotten their first win up in Greenbush,
Yep,
too. It wasn't
yep.
just Jordan. Jordan's, that was his first too.
Sure.
Austin Pierce,
Yep.
Jade. So that place just has so much history with us. It's just a pleasure to be back. And speaking of NOSA, I think we're going to dump the whole schedule on Saturday.
Okay.
So be on the lookout for that. And yeah. So.
Okay. I'm getting to that point of the season. Track owners or promoters, whatever, start reaching out to me because we're probably going to start doing track schedules. I'm going to add Fargo this year, just because they're so good to us over there. And
Red River Valley and Norman County came out this week. So
Okay.
if you haven't seen those yet, look them up on Facebook. And
Yeah.
I think just about everyone is out now. So.
Yeah, and Red River Valley, the only reason we never mentioned it before, it's not because I don't like their racetrack. Believe me, it's because we just didn't talk about Fargo. That was all. No big deal. But we're getting ready to add them this year. I can't wait. Dylan Langevin, be watching for him in the Lightning Sprint, number 4, the 21B of Hunter Bugge in the Lightning Sprint. I can't wait. Again, Greenbush Race Park, LLC, they've got a test and tune coming up May 10th and 11th. They will kick off the regular season on May 24th up there. If you've never been to Greenbush, folks, I'm telling you right now, it is a hell of a facility. It's a great race park. It's a great atmosphere. The people up there are incredible, and it's dirt track racing. And what more can you say, right?
Highway 11, and make the turn on 4th Street. You'll be there.
There you go.
The second the second test and tune's on May 17th,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What did I say here?
11th.
Okay. Oh, it is 17th. All right.
Yep, 10th
I was
and
going to say, why are you
17th
doing them
and
back to back?
Yeah,
That doesn't make any
yep.
sense.
Yep.
Jeez. All right.
All good.
All right, Dylan, thanks, man. And Hunter, thank you. Good luck. Good luck to the girlfriend playing basketball today, too.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can do something and win that. Let's keep that going. All right, and Stephen Lewis, thank you for coming in again today. And, of course, Dale, the producer. And, of course, we have to thank Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. Been on Dirty Thursday since the beginning, all right? They're right across the hall here. By the way, Saturday, March 15th, $13 for corned beef and cabbage, $3 pounders all day, made from scratch. I love corned beef, and you know what? I love salt so much, I'll even put salt on corned beef. I know. I probably won't live to 61. Wall-to-wall TVs, UND Sports. You want to go watch something? Jump on the bus, all the concerts, all that stuff. Bet on the horses, play bingo. Their food is delicious. They've got the lunch and dinner specials, $7 express lunch. Sandwich and a side for $7 today. Check it out. They're open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. We are off tomorrow. We've got a family funeral we're going to go to, so make sure to catch the Brew Brothers podcast at 9 o'clock tonight. Oh, by the way, our 5-year anniversary is Monday. Happens to be St. Patrick's Day. We're not going to do a real show on Monday. We'll do our news update, but we're just going to hang around. If you want to come by and say hi, we might jump you on the air up there for a while and talk now and then. and have a couple of cold bush lattes with us. But our 5-year anniversary is coming up on Monday, and thanks to all you people for making it 5 years. And remember, everybody, to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. And good morning to Daryl up in Canada and all my friends up there. Hey, you know what? We love the Forks, everybody. Well, Grand Forks' best source is giving the Forks their identity back.